out that they don't really want to run. Denise was one of those few that was not like that. When I saw her running track, I was doing a lot of running then, a lot more than I am doing now, and I was in pretty good shape. And so I said to Denise, and I said to a couple people that, you know, we really ought to look into this cross country. And, you know, she was all for it. And so we started out cross country, I believe, her sophomore year when cross country started. And she was the first one we ever had run cross country, and that was the first year we ever had cross country. And as a runner, she was pretty talented. And when we went out to run, we did a lot of runs together, Denise and I. A lot of runs. And when I did my run this afternoon at about 1 o'clock, you know, it was appropriate that it was snowing. And it was also appropriate that every time you turned, it seemed like the wind was in your face. And I thought about, you know, the runs that Denise and I did. There was many times that we experienced that. I remember vividly one time that we were out running on Route 7 going towards Hubbard. And it was raining so hard that you couldn't see. I mean, it was probably a dangerous situation. But I was kind of stubborn back then about training, and I didn't stop for anything. And I'm kind of thinking, is this girl going to stop? Is she going to ask me to stop? Is she going to say, Coach, we need to turn around? She just kept on running. It was so bad that a lady stopped her car and rolled down her window and said, hey, do you two need a ride? It looks pretty bad out there. I said, no, ma'am, we don't need a ride. We're fine. And that's just the kind of dedication that she had. I knew that Denise was in real good shape as a sophomore when we ran together. I could hear her breathing hard when we ran. And you know, I'd done a lot of running and run some marathons at that point, and so I was in a little bit better shape than she was. By the time she became a senior and we were doing those runs together, I was breathing hard, and she was just kind of cruising up those hills saying, Coach, let's do a couple more hills. And I was about ready to, like, oh man, I ain't doing no more hills with you. But her accomplishments are listed in the program there. Those records, and I don't know how many of you know about track and cross country, those records that she has set have been existing for 24 years now. I don't know if I'm going to live long enough to see anybody break those records. That record of 5:08 in a mile that she set in Columbus at the state track meet is by far faster than anybody we haven't had anybody come close to that. Coach Boyd has coached track now for a lot of years, and he'll testify. There's no girl that can come close, that has come close to that record. Rochelle Foster is a cross-country runner, and she knows how difficult that sport is. Cross-country is 5,000 meters. It's a 3.1-mile race over hills. It's not on a track. It's on golf courses, trails, whatever. The record she has of 1851, we haven't had a girl break 20 since Denise ran. Not even close to breaking 20 minutes. So that record there is incredible, believe me, that she has been able to do that. She not only excelled here at Brookfield by what you see in the program, but she even got better when she went to Kent State. She, in the All-Ohio meet, I believe 1990, now All-Ohio is every college in Ohio. Ohio State, Toledo, Kent, Miami of Ohio, all the schools. There's a lot of runners there, a lot of good runners. She came in second in the state in the college meet. I think she ran 17:30-something for 5,000 meters in college, and that's faster than any boy we've ever had run here at Brookfield High School. And the reason she did that, not only because she was talented, but because she was dedicated. She did not need a coach to say, Denise, you need to do this. She weightlifted on her own. Her diet back then was much better than my diet. I'm coaching with Coach Flip. So, you know, come on. You know, we're going scouting for the girls' basketball team, and Coach Flip, you know, of course, we're going to go to McDonald's. And, of course, I'm always driving because Coach Flip has a tendency to fall asleep. And so, Coach, you're driving tonight? Yeah, Coach, I'll pick you up. Let's, you know, where are we going? Wherever we're going. So, you know, my diet was a lot of fast food back then, and her diet, though, she was very strict about it. She was very conscientious about it because she wanted to be the best. And when we went to the state track meet, I think out of the 16 girls in that event that year, she was maybe had the 10th or 11th fastest time going in. I said, "Oh man, this is going to be tough." But you know, on the last lap, she was probably in about 8th or 9th place, that's where I figured she would end up. And for some reason, you know, the great athletes, from Marcus to Darwin to all these guys and ladies up here, find that extra gear when the times get tough, and she just, it was incredible to watch her run that back last 300 meters and pass about 5 girls and finish 3rd in the state that year. So she's certainly deserving to be here. Like I said, her records probably won't be broken for any time in the near future. So I'd like to present this award to Denise and Bobby.